That'll probably help. I imagine that's gonna help. God. Ridiculous. Alright. I started the last stream and it was unlisted. And I'm like sitting there wondering why nobody is coming in. It's because it was unlisted. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. And I did a bunch of I looked at a bunch of stocks and stuff. Ugh. Whatever. Tilray's up like 6x or something from the lows of April. It's wild. PepsiCo looks okay, and Delta looks alright. No earnings tomorrow. But you got Levi, Strauss, and Applied Digital today. Applied Digital is up like 20x, or 10x, I mean, since April, which is pretty crazy. So that should be pretty interesting. Maybe, I don't know. I'd imagine people are interested in Applied Digital. There's not many. I mean, there's quite a few stocks that are up that much, but a 10x since April is pretty massive. So I would imagine I'd imagine people are interested in that. Let's see. Mortgage rates are down again. They haven't hit another low quite yet. Your low was 6.26. You're at 6.3 on the 30-year. Not much economic data. Jeez. It's pretty flat today. Materials and industrials leading the way down. Energy, real estate. But pretty much everything's down or flat. Pretty boring day as far as the market goes, I would say. What is going on with the stream, bro? Is it actually showing up now? Make sure this is actually on. Stream's been being weird today. Alright, so we're on there. Does it say I'm live this time? Alright, cool. I'm actually live. So we're good. Or we should be good. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I don't know any of these companies on Open Insider. Oh wow, finally some whales. Someone sold 42,000 shares. Oh, a few whales. Finally got something here. Finally. Texas Permanent School Fund sold 10,000. Osaic Holdings sold 30,000. Couple small buys. Pretty big buy right here. Bought 939,000 shares. It's a brand new position. Merrick's Group. Square Point OPS sold 16,000 puts. Wolverine Trading, they added to their spread. They bought calls, puts, and shares. Quite a bit of calls and puts as well. National Bank of Canada sold some puts. And they sold a bunch of shares. They sold 85% of their position. Wow. That's crazy. That's massive. Hudson Bay, they sold 100% of their position, 36,000 shares. Wow. CTC, they added 35,000 shares. That's a 100% increase on their position. They bought 61,000 puts and 25,000 calls. It's a 26% increase on their put position. What's up, Varley? I'm glad someone joined. Stream's being weird today. I don't know what happened. I mean, I started it up with the Roaring Kitty thing, but it was all laggy. Let's see. Morgan Stanley bought 572,000 shares. Wow. 36% increase. Sender Company, they bought 12,000, almost 13,000 shares. It's a new position. United Services Automobile Association, they sold all their shares, 26,000 shares. Tower Research sold 60% of their shares. That's 12,000. A few more buys. You got 31,000 by Algert Global. BNP Paribas Financial Markets. That's a 249,000 shares. Wow. 233% increase. I got a small buy on California State Teacher Retirement. Canada Pension Plan. They bought 107,000 shares. Wow. 324%. Yeah, 324% increase. Goldman Sachs. Wow. Holy shit. Goldman Sachs bought 3.1 million shares. A 1,200% increase in their position. Wow. That's massive. That's massive by Goldman. Holy shit. That is crazy by Goldman. That's such a big share position. I mean, they already have, 83 million shares, but... Or wait. Oh, no, they don't have 83. That's the value. They only had 300,000 shares. Now they have 3.4 million. Holy shit. That's huge. That's huge. Lazard Asset Management bought 10,000 shares. That's a 734% increase. Sculptor Capital, they bought 196,000 puts. 56% increase in their put position. Wow. Soros Fund bought 425,000 calls. It's a 566% increase in their position. Holy shit. This put position's massive. 557 puts. 557,000 puts. That's a 535% increase in their put position. Wow. UBS doubled their... Wow. 1.8 million shares. 67% increase. UBS Group bought 443,000 puts. That's a 221% increase. Some massive put positions, bro. Those are some absolutely massive put positions. Some of these share positions are crazy too. Just the amount they're increasing by as well. The percentage. Obviously, the amount of shares they're buying is crazy, but the percentage change in their position is nuts. 372,000 shares bought right here. 32% increase in position. Wells Fargo has less shares than I do. What the fuck? But they increased their position by 27%. Maybe they just... I don't know. That's a weird one. A lot of buys, bro. A lot of buys. 19,000... Another massive put position right here, 633,000 puts. Wow. 181% increase in position. Oh my god, bro. Look at this put position. 4.1 million puts. Oh my god. That's a 72% increase in their put position. Wow. Bro, that's massive. And they also, bought a shitload of calls, but, 3.8 million calls, 54% increase in position, but that put this, man, that put position's crazy. A lot of massive put positions. And it's interesting to think that if the stock keeps going up, those potentially have to be closed, or they expire worthless. Crazy. Group 1 trading bought 386,000 calls, 22% increase. They bought some puts. They got a small put position. Peak 6, they bought 111,000 puts. Wow. 130% increase in their put position. Jade Goldman and Company bought 52,000 calls. Wow. CSS LLC bought 1 million puts, a 244% increase in their put position. Wow, dude. What the heck, dude? Some of these put positions are crazy. Utah Retirement Systems, they bought a little bit. Title Investments bought 169,000 shares, 23% increase. They have a small call position, very small call position, but 171% increase on their call position. LMR Partners, 142,000 new puts. It's a small increase, but because they already got a massive put position. Cube Research, 249,000 calls. It's a 132% increase. What the hell? Then they bought some puts as well. 286% increase in their put position. But it's only 28,000. They have a lot more calls and a lot more shares. More buys. Lots of buys. A lot of small buys, but the position, or like the percentage they're changing their position is crazy. Another decent put position right here. 125,000 puts. 83%. Crazy. Let's see. You can be banned. How about that? Let's see. Citadel Advisors, 1.3 million calls. Wow. 24% increase. And then they bought 1.8 million puts. 40% increase. They have a massive spread. They also bought 2.1 million shares. It's a 78% increase in their share position. It's crazy the activity you're getting on this stock. Absolutely nuts. What's up, Moose? Look at that. Jane Street. A 972,000 share purchase. 5,000% increase on their position. Wow, dude. Wow. That's massive. 2 million calls bought as well. 91% increase. 0.72 Asset Management bought 785,000 shares. A 1,600% increase in their position. Wow. Their put position, 2.5 million puts. Almost 200% increase in their put position. Holy shit, dude. This is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. Some massive, dude, 63,000, brand new position, 11,000, 132,000 calls, 860,000 shares. Goldman Sachs opened a brand new put position, 3 million puts. Oh my God. 77,000 shares, brand new position. They also added some puts, small but brand new position. Tudor Investments, 102,000 calls, brand new position. They also bought 65,000 puts, a brand new position. Wait, am I tripping? I might be tripping. Okay, I went way too far back. I went way too far back. I thought those were all new. I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping. That had me so confused. I was like, what? Okay, so I mean, those are all new from the last like couple months, but those are not new as of recently. I just got distracted, I guess. Okay, That was I mean, those are still some massive positions. Oh look, the short interest, bro. The short interest went up. The short what? The short interest went up over 1%. What is going on? That seems so wrong. The short interest went up 1%. Over 1%. Man, the shorts must feel really confident. Because I feel really confident. Oh, man. I don't know. Being short GameStop seems crazy. Who's calling me? The fuck? Why you calling me? Don't be calling me. You used to call me on my... You used to. You used to call me on my cell phone. You used to. YouTube will give band creators a second chance. Delta says premium travel set to overtake coach cabin sales next year. Israel and Hamas will exchange hostages and prisoners after agreeing to pause the war in Gaza. Ferrari on track for worst trading day ever as guidance disappoints. IRS unveils higher capital gains tax brackets for 2026. Oh, feels bad. Feels bad. Traders get wrecked. Damn, Applied Digital is ripping right now. Holy shit. Applied Digital is absolutely ripping. OpenAI's Sora hit 1 million downloads in less than 5 days. Macau is becoming more than a gambling destination. What the hell's Macau? What's a Macau? Macau! Claim your share of 177 million AT&T data breach. Not much news. Institutions plan to double Bitcoin and crypto exposure by 2028. I could see that. Wasn't there... New York City sues YouTube, TikTok, and Meta for creating a mental health crisis. You made another account just to come in and talk shit and get banned again? God, what a fucking loser, dude. What a fucking loser. Oh, man. You made another account just to get banned again. Imagine being that big of a loser. That's crazy. That's crazy. You need to, like, reevaluate. You need, like, therapy or something, dude. Like, bro, reevaluate your life. That's crazy, bro. You need to reevaluate your life. You're going in a random YouTube chat to talk shit. Like, seriously, go outside. Touch some grass or something. It's good for you. It's good for you. I've banned a lot of people recently. It's kind of interesting. It's like you guys have never seen a stock go down before or something like that. I mean, I'll keep handing them out, though. You know, you guys want to get banned, that's fine by me. There's some news, but nothing interesting. Domino's Pizza reveals rebrand, first time in 13 years. That's kind of interesting, I guess. Not really. Just nothing I would be interested in as far as news goes. Discord got hacked? I didn't know Discord got hacked. Yeah, there's just like nothing. There's no news. I mean, I'll just give you guys what you're here for. I know you guys all you care about is Apld. There's no news anyway, so it's all good. I'll give you what you want, what you really, really want. There you go. There you go. It's up 6% already. It's pretty insane. Pretty insane. What's up, Muma? I gotta grab a water. I'll be back. Is anyone here for Levi? Or is it just all do you guys care about is Apld? You got Levi earnings today as well. Seems like most people are here for Apld though. What's up, Ruben? Nobody's here for Levi? Just Apld, huh? Levi just has earnings today. I guess I need to try to get in this earnings call for Apld. It looks like that's the move here. Everyone wants to see Apld, it looks like. Let's see. Where can I find their earnings call? Right here? No. Presentation? No. Should be able to get to their earnings call, right? Webcast? Ah, here we are. I found it. Don't you worry, I found it. Or wait, I don't think I need to do anything quite yet. Or actually, I just want to get the email, because we got to make sure we're ready here for this. A lot of people are wanting this, it looks like. Okay, sick. All right, make sure you guys hit that like button if you want to see the earnings call. I'm gonna stream the earnings call, but we got to get more likes than 7. There's over 30 people here, so you guys better run up that like button and hit subscribe if you want to hear that earnings call. I got the earnings call ready to go, son. Well, I mean, whenever it starts here in about an hour and a half. So make sure you guys subscribe. We live stream these earnings every single time there's an earnings. So if you guys want to be up to date on all the earnings reports and earnings calls and stuff like that, you'll definitely want to be subscribed to this stream. What's up, Knocking Star? Omar, what's up, Omar? K Flowers. Who else is here? Lair. Nah, no Lambo season. It's not Lambo season. Lambo season was like a week or 2 ago. How long till earnings? The market hasn't even closed. You gotta wait till the market closes. What? Why is it doing that? Stop it. This fucking thing. There we go. What is going on with this? Okay. Gotcha. Bro. This thing is tweaking. There we go. There we go. What's Applied Digital? Good question. Some tech company. I don't know exactly what they do. HPC hosting business, data center hosting. Infrastructure service to crypto mining customers, GPU computing solutions, yada yada. Yada yada. All I care is that the number goes up on the screen. Who cares what it is? As long as the number's going up, right? So stupid. Oh shit. It's funny, but it's true. It's funny. It's funny because it's true. Nobody actually cares what it does. I bet the people who are actually invested in it couldn't even tell you what it does. I'm just joking. I just didn't actually know what they did. I don't look into things like this. I just see they're having earnings and I stream about it. It's just a giant data center, basically. Similar to Oracle, I'm sure. Doesn't look like it's much more than that. Doesn't look much more than a data center. Kind of cool, though, I guess. I suppose. What do you guys think about Applied Digital? What are your guys' plays on it? You guys got calls or puts on it? Ridiculous that I don't know what I'm doing. How do you not know? How do I not know what I'm doing? You want to be banned too? I can ban you too. That's fine. You know, I'm cool with that. I'll ban you too. If you want to be banned, just let me know. But in the meantime, make sure you guys hit that like button. And hit the subscribe button if you guys want to check out more earnings. We live stream a bunch of different earnings for a bunch of different stocks. So if you want to be tapped into the earnings calls and all that, make sure you subscribe. But, you know, make sure we run up those likes because, you know, I might not play the earnings call if we don't get enough likes. So if you guys want to hear the earnings call, you better run up that like button. calls. Nice. Made 3K. Let's go. Levi will be bankrupt? What? Pretty sure Levi makes hundreds of millions of dollars. $300 shares below $10. Nice. 1,000 likes. Yeah, can we get 1,000 likes? I mean, there's 40 people here. We only have 15 likes, so you guys might want to run that up if you want to get into this earnings call. We got to at least hit 50 because there's going to be a lot more people in here. We got to at least hit 50 likes. Is everyone here bullish on Applied Digital? Is nobody here betting for the downside? You guys all bullish in here? What do I think the price will hit? No clue. I don't think about that stuff. I just buy. I just buy and hope the number goes up. Isn't that what we all do? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Aren't you just supposed to buy and just hope the number goes up? Isn't that how you make money in the stock market? Pretty sure. I think you just buy and you just pray to the Lord Jesus Christ that the number goes up. At least that's how I've been told. Oh shit. I'm bear, bet for 37% fall. Interesting. You might be the only one. I think everyone's bullish here. I think everyone's bullish here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. There's 50 people here and we only got 20 likes. We gotta run up that like button, bro. We need way more likes than that. It's like a 50 like minimum for the earnings call. It's a 50 like minimum for the earnings call. What's my thoughts? My thoughts, I think you should hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That's my thoughts. Hit the like button and subscribe. Need a new partner. Yeah, tell your partner he's paper hands, bro. Your partner has paper hands. Tell him he needs to crumple those paper hands up and throw them in the trash where they belong. Your boy has paper hands, bro. You got napkin hands. His hands are made of napkins. Been holding since the $9 dip. Nice, dude. Nice. Nice little 10x in 5 months, 6 months. Fire. Fire. Make sure you guys run up that like button. There's over 50 people here. We don't even have 30 likes yet. Gonna need a lot more likes than that if you want this earnings call streamed. We're gonna need 50. You guys are gonna need to run these likes up to 50 if you want to hear this earnings call. And subscribe too if you want. We do these earnings streams whenever there's earnings, so if you want to keep up to date on earnings, make sure you subscribe. What's up, Kev? Post your options plays in the chat. What are you guys playing? What are your guys' options plays? I know every single one of you here is gambling on the earnings, so tell me your options play. Let me know. Only got 100 contracts for 33 expiry. Pff, damn, son. About to rack up. About to rack up. Gonna be riding around with the V12 and the racks in the middle, bro. Up. Going down. Well, do you have a put play? If you think it's going down, why don't you have a put play? Shouldn't you be betting against the stock if you think it's going down? That would only make sense to me. Yeah, there's 60 people. Make sure you guys run up that like button. We need to hit that 50 like mark. We need to hit that 50 like mark if you want the earnings call. So run it up. Just long the stock, no options plays. Nice. As it should be. As it should be. You know there's a bunch of people with option plays, though. They're just too scared to say what they are. For some reason. What's up, Barry White? 29.5 call expiring tomorrow. Nice. Hopefully it works out. Hey, we got 69 viewers in here, chat. We got 69 viewers. Run up those likes. Run up those likes, chat. We still need 50 likes. We got 69 viewers in here, but we need 50. We need 50 likes, bro. And hit that subscribe button if you want to keep up to date on earnings. We do these earnings streams every time there's earnings, so if you want to keep up to date on the earnings and the stock market in general, news, economics, make sure you subscribe. But we need 15 more likes for 50, so run up those likes, chat. Run up those likes. If you've been here before, you know the real earnings you know the real what am I trying to say? If you've been here before, you know the real like target is 100, so you better make sure you run up those likes cuz we're not even close to 100. I'm just kidding. The actual like target is 69 likes. It's just if you can get it to 69 likes, you might as well just get it to 100, right? That's how I feel. If you can get it to 69 likes, you might as well just go to 100. What other earnings are coming up? You have all the banks, you have all the airlines. That's next week, though. And then tech, I'm pretty sure, comes up here in like 2 or 3 weeks. There's actually a lot of earnings coming up. But I believe this is all you have for this week. Just Applied Digital and Levi. You had PepsiCo in the morning. You had Delta in the morning. Tilray, Helen Troy. Another one I can't think of, but you had a couple in the morning. But I'm pretty sure Applied Digital and Levi is all you got for today, as far as after hours. And then nothing on. You usually don't have earnings on Friday. There's usually no stocks that have earnings on Friday. Sometimes. But next week is when your earnings, like where a lot of companies start to report. We watched like Costco a week ago or something like that. Nike. Micron was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So there hasn't been much earnings as of late, but you're going to start getting a lot more companies reporting earnings. Wow, there's 80 people in here, and the market hasn't even closed yet. Make sure you guys run up those likes. We need 69 likes for the earnings call. So make sure you hit that like button. The earnings call doesn't play unless there's 69 likes. What's my analysis? The stock's 20x in 5 months. So, not much to say about it. Or not 20x, 10x. I always say 20x for some reason. I don't know why, but it's a 10x. So, there's not much to say about it. Not much to say. And nobody in here is really talking about it, so I'd imagine nobody really has analysis on it. It seems like stock, number on screen goes up, everyone likes it. That's the analysis. If anyone has any relevant analysis, please put it in the chat, but as far as I'm concerned, if this stock wasn't up 10x in 5 months, nobody would care about it. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We need 69 likes for the earnings call. There's over 100 people in here right now, so run up those likes. We need 69 likes if you guys want me to stream the earnings call. Apld is getting repeated deals with major players. Nice. And also, if you guys are interested in other stock earnings, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do these stock earnings streams anytime there's stock earnings, so if you guys are interested in earnings, make sure you subscribe. But we almost got 69 likes. We're almost there. Make sure you guys run it up to 69 likes. Yeah, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. That's all you got to do. Simple enough. And then I play the earnings call for you. The market closes here in like a minute. What's up, Brandon? Oh, wow, you guys got 70 likes. Now, I mean, you guys might as well just get 100 at this point. You guys might as well just get 100 likes at this point. You got 69 way too fast. That's crazy. You guys got 69 likes way too fast. So I think we got to go to 100 now. So run it up, 100 likes, and I'll stream the earnings call. JMP Securities increased the price target for Applied Digital shares to 35, up from a previous target of 18. Oh, nice. Nice. Market's about to close. And there you go. There's your market close. There's your market close. 29.24 on Applied Digital. It's a decent close. Now the earnings should be coming out here in a little bit. I got you guys on the earnings numbers, but can we get 100 likes? I'm about to play this earnings call for you. I think we can get 100 likes. There's 133 people in here, so if you guys want me to stream the earnings call, Run up that like button. Let's get 100 likes. 100 likes for the earnings call. I say that's fair. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people here. I think you guys can get 100 likes very easily. And also, we do these earning streams whenever there's stock earnings. So if you guys are interested in earnings, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're interested in earnings. But five more likes. 5 more likes for 100. Let's get it. Let's get it, chat. 5 more likes for 100. That's light work. That's light work. Dude, there's so many people here. We might as well do 200. Hey, let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. 100 likes. Let's go, chat. God bless you. Appreciate you all being here. I hope. What are you guys playing on this Applied Digital? What are you guys playing? You guys got calls? You got puts? What's your strike price? How many shares do you have? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Dude, there's over 200 people in here. Can we get 169 likes? Is that... I feel like we could get 169 likes here, bro. There are so many people here right now. 169 likes for the earnings call. Let's get it, chat. Let's get it, chat. 169 likes for the earnings call. Run it up. Run it up. 100 shares, 34 calls. Nice. 1,000 shares. Let's go. Calls. 2028 leaps. Let's go. $20 puts. Ah, interesting. I'm the only one streaming earnings. Yeah, that's every earnings, so I'm literally the only YouTube channel that streams any earnings. So if you guys are interested in earnings, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We do live streams on the earnings every time there's earnings for every stock. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you subscribe. $2,165, nice. 400, you got puts. Calls, 34, December, nice. 80% last month. IRA shares, let's go. November 21st, 30 strike, nice. Apld to 33. 100 shares, let's go. 600 shares, nice. 1K shares, let's go. Times as the earnings drop. It should come out here in a little bit. Should come out. Wow, there's 300 people in the chat. Wow. God bless you guys. Appreciate you all being here. Make sure you run up that like button. Let's get 169 likes. 169 likes for the earnings call, chat. 169 likes for the earnings call. Run up those likes, baby. Run up those likes, chat. Just subscribed. Thank you. Appreciate that, Martinez. Thank you for subscribing. If you guys are interested in earnings, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do these earnings for every stock, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in earnings. 10K shares, nice. 1,500, bought at 16, let's go. 2,090 shares, nice. 500. APLT's dropping a little bit. Let's see if those numbers came out. I don't think the numbers are out yet. I don't think the numbers are out yet. Hey, we need 9 more likes. We need 9 more likes for 169 likes, chat. Need 169 likes for the earnings call. Run it up. Run it up, chat. Still waiting on the numbers. I'm not seeing the numbers yet. Wow. You guys are killing that like button. You know, just get it to 200 likes, chat. You're close enough, bro. You guys are almost at 200 likes. You might as well just get 200 likes. Run it up, chat. Run it up. You might as well just get 200 likes at this point. Twitter is... There we go. Earnings are out on Apld. Earnings per share was negative 0.16 expected. The actual number is negative 0.07, so a 56% beat. Revenue, 45.46 million was the expected number. And the actual number is 64.216 million, so a 41% beat. Applied Digital absolutely crushed earnings, it looks like. You'd love to see it. But you're not really getting much reaction out of the stock. You're not really getting any reaction out of the stock. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, chat. We're going to be doing this earnings call live. We need 200 likes. We need 200 likes. And if you guys are interested in other stock earnings, make sure you subscribe. We live stream these stock earnings anytime there's earnings, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested in stock earnings. But 7 more likes for 200. 7 more likes for 200. But yeah, they absolutely crushed the expected numbers. Absolutely crushed the expected numbers. I can open up the earnings report here on their website. Let's see. Revenues 64.2 million, up 84% from the prior year comparable period. Net loss 27.8 million, down 275% from the prior year. Net loss attributable to common stockholders per basic diluted share 0.11, down 200% from the prior year. Adjusted net loss attributable to common stockholders 7.6 million. Adjusted net loss attributable to common stockholders per diluted share 0.03 cents. And adjusted EBITDA is 0.5 million. Let's see. Recent highlights. Finalized a new lease agreement with CoreWeave for an additional 150 megawatt at Polaris Forge 1 campus in Ellendale, North Dakota, which is now fully leased. This new lease agreement with CoreWeave brings Applied Digital's total anticipated contracted lease revenue for Polar Forge 1 to approximately $11 billion, which includes $7 billion in revenue from the initial 2 approximately 15-year leases executed in May of this year. Nearing completion of our 100 megawatt building at Polaris Forge 1, which remains on time and on budget, while also initiating the tenant fit out for CoreWeave. Additionally, we began construction on the next 150 megawatt building at our Polaris Forge 1 campus. Subsequent to the quarter, drew an initial $112 million from our $5 billion preferred equity facility with Macara Asset Management to fund the completion of Polaris Forge 1, reduce future equity funding requirements, and establish a clear pathway to scale additional campuses. Secured $50 million in funding from Macara Equipment Capital, Inc. for our approximately 3 billion 300 megawatt IT load AI factory campus near Harwood, North Dakota, Polaris Forge 2. Broke ground on Polaris Forge 2. The initial 200 megawatt is expected to begin to come online in 2026 and reach full capacity in 2027 with campus designed for future expansion. Raised an additional $200 million from an expanded offering of our Series G preferred stock. Management commentary. Oh wow, there's a lot here. I mean, I probably shouldn't read all this because they're probably going to talk about it through the earnings call. Run up that. Oh wow, Appled's going up. $30 on Applied Digital. Run up that like button, chat. Run up that like button. Let's get 300 likes, chat. 300 likes for the earnings call. 300 likes for the earnings call, chat. We need 300 likes for the earnings call. There's 500 people in the stream. You guys need to run up that like button. And also subscribe if you guys are interested in earnings. We do these earnings streams for every stock in the market. So if you're interested in stock market earnings, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. But the earnings call is going to be coming on here in like 50 minutes, I believe. So have some patience for the earnings call. Have some patience for the earnings call. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate you all being here. Get 300 likes. And I'll keep reading this to you while you guys make money on Applied Digital. All right? All right. Management commentary. During the quarter ended August 31st, 2025, we signed an additional 150 megawatt lease for our Polaris Forge 1 campus, bringing to the full 400 megawatt of critical IT load under contract with CoreWeave and securing approximately $11 billion in prospective lease revenue over the approximately 15-year terms. We believe this campus has the potential to expand significantly, with additional power allocations expected to push capacity beyond 1 gigawatt, starting in 2028 to 2030. We feel this third lease validates our platform and execution, positioning Applied Digital as a trusted strategic partner to the world's largest technology companies, said Wes Cummins, chairman and CEO of Applied Digital. With hyperscalers expected to invest approximately $350 billion into AI deployment this year, we believe we are in prime position to serve as the modern-day picks and shovels of the intelligence era. In addition, we broke ground on our second North Dakota campus near the city of Harwood, named Polaris Forge 2, which will initially have 250 megawatt buildings, where we plan to utilize 200 megawatts for IT loads in its initial phase of delivery. We believe this campus could ultimately scale to 1 gigawatt, pending future power agreements. We are currently in advanced discussions with an investment-grade hyperscaler and have aligned on many of the key lease terms with them. Should the lease be executed, the customers would hold first right of refusal on the full 1 gigawatt of capacity, contingent on securing additional power. When signed, the initial 200 megawatt alone would bring our total leased capacity to 600 megawatts across 2 sites, with 2 major hyperscalers. Once both campuses are anchored by long-term hyperscaler commitments, we feel Applied Digital will be strongly positioned to lead the next wave of AI infrastructure development, supported by multi-year lease agreements that provide scale and visibility. Our team remains focused on securing capital at the lowest possible cost, building repeatable financing structures, and positioning the company to scale development across the United States. As reflected on our balance sheet, we've now built and funded over $1.6 billion in property and equipment. One sec. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We need 300 likes. We need 300 likes, chat. We need 300 likes, chat. Run it up. 300 likes for the earnings call. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are interested in earnings. We do these earnings streams whenever there's earnings on stocks, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested in stock earnings. This is one of the only YouTube live... This is one of the only YouTube channels, literally, that live streams stock earnings. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you subscribe. But we almost got 300 likes. 25 more. We need 300 likes. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. God bless you guys. Appreciate you guys being here. All right. Building on that momentum, we continue to make significant progress on project finance for our Polaris Forge 1 campus. As we recently disclosed under our agreement with Macare Asset Management, one of the world's leading infrastructure finance firms, we have secured a structure that permits us to recycle into future developments a portion of the substantial equity we have invested in the campus. We remain on track in our project financing process, as briefly discussed on our last earnings call. We continue to evaluate expansion opportunities across new states and regions, which should position us to move quickly as demand continues to scale. We're also committed to minimizing our environmental impact through advanced design innovation, including our closed-loop, direct-to-chip, liquid cooling design that lowers water use to less than a single household. In addition, we are investing in infrastructure upgrades intending to ease pressure on local utilities and responsibly manage electric demand at each site. Our vision is for Applied Digital to be known as the job creator, tax contributor, and trusted community partner because we believe growth only matters if it's done the right way. Looking ahead, we believe Applied Digital is poised to capitalize on generational opportunity with a multi-gigawatt pipeline, active and increasing hyperscaler interest, and long-term contracted visibility. We are positioned to scale rapidly at a moment when demand for advanced infrastructure is reaching unprecedented levels worldwide. We believe we are on a projected annualized NOI run rate of approximately $500 million once Polaris Forge 1 is fully operational. The tenant signing at our second campus should put us firmly on the path towards our billion NOI target within the next 5 years. At this trajectory, we believe we are positioned to become a leading force in the future of AI infrastructure and on track to evolve into the next AI-focused data center REIT as the business continues to mature. HPC hosting update. Applied Digital's HPC hosting business continues to advance rapidly. Our first 100 megawatt facility at Polaris Forge 1 remains on track to be operational in calendar Q4 2025, with technical fit-out activities underway this quarter and continuing into the next. These installations contributed approximately $26 million in revenue this quarter and are expected to ramp significantly next quarter as we approach the building's ready-for-service date. While these are one-time, low-margin installation payments, they are a meaningful signal of our ability to deliver the full suite of data center capabilities. We believe they also reflect the trust our customers place in us with full-stack developer of AI data centers. Lease revenues are expected to ramp later this year as equipment installation is completed. Our second 150 megawatt facility is scheduled for mid-2026, followed by our third 150 megawatt facility planned for 2027. All three facilities are designed to deliver ultra-low-cost, highly efficient liquid cooling infrastructure, featuring a closed-loop, direct-to-chip liquid cooling system expected to achieve a design PUE of 1.18 and near-zero water consumption. Combined with abundant, low-cost energy and more than 200 days of naturally occurring free cooling annually, we estimate a 100 megawatt customer could save up to $2.7 billion over 30 years compared to traditional data centers. Data center hosting update. Applied Digital's data center hosting business operates data centers to provide energized space to Bitcoin crypto mining customers. As of August 31st, 2025, the company's 106 megawatt facility in Jamestown, North Dakota, and 180 megawatt facility in Ellendale, North Dakota, are operating at full capacity. During the 3 months ended August 31st, 2025, the company generated $37.9 million in revenue from the data center hosting business segment, representing an increase of 9% compared to the $34.8 million during the 3 months ended August 31st, 2024. The growth was primarily driven by increased capacity online across the company's data center hosting facilities. We are very pleased with our hosting business as it continues to operate more efficiently, and with the Bitcoin prices hitting all-time highs, we believe demand for these services remain robust. Yeah, I appreciate you being here, bro. Thank you for being here. God bless. God bless. We need 3 more likes for 300. Can we run it up? 3 more likes for 300? I think you guys got that. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. This is one of the only YouTube channels that live streams stock earnings. So if you guys are interested in stock earnings, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys being here. The earnings call starts in like 40 minutes. Cloud Services Business Update. As we announced in the prior fiscal year, at the direction of our board of directors, we are reviewing strategic options for this business. That process remains ongoing, and we'll provide an update once we have more information to share with shareholders. Financial results, operating results. Total revenues in fiscal first quarter 2026 were $64.2 million, compared to $34.8 million, up 84% from the fiscal first quarter 2025. The increase was primarily due to $26.3 million of revenue generated related to tenant fit-out services associated with our HPC hosting business. The remaining $5 million increase in revenue is related to the data center business and is due to performance improvements compared to the 3 months ended August 31st, 2024. Cost of revenues in the fiscal first quarter 2026 were $55.6 million, compared to $22.7 million, up 144% from the fiscal first quarter 2025. Approximately $25 million of the increase in cost of revenue was associated with tenant fit-out services for our HPC hosting business, while the remaining increase was associated with our data center hosting business and other expenses directly attributable to generating revenue. Selling, general, and administrative expenses in the fiscal first quarter 2026 were $29.2 million compared to $11 million, up 165% from fiscal first quarter of 2025, driven by the company's overall business growth. This increase was due to the increase of $16.6 million in stock-based compensation due to accelerated vesting of certain employee stock awards, and $3.9 million in personal expenses for employee costs and other costs attributable to supporting growth of the business. These increases were partially offset by a $2.3 million decrease in professional service expenses, primarily related to a decrease in legal services during the 3 months ended August 31st, 2025. Loss on abandonment of assets in the fiscal first quarter 2026 were $1.8 million compared to $0.6 million, up 179% from the fiscal first quarter of 2025, driven by the write-downs of assets to their fair value upon disposal. Interest expense net in fiscal first quarter 2026 was $3.9 million, compared to $3 million, up 33% from the fiscal first quarter 2025. The increase was primarily driven by an increase in loan interest due to the loan activity during the 3 months ended August 31st, 2025, partially offset by an increase in interest income due to an increase in funds held in money market accounts. Net loss attributable to common stockholders for fiscal first quarter 2026 was $27.8 million, or 0.11 per basic and diluted share. This compares to a net income attributable to common stockholders of $15.9 million, or 0.11 per basic and diluted share for the fiscal first quarter of 2025. Adjusted net loss attributable to common stockholders, a non-GAAP financial measure for the fiscal first quarter 2026, was $7.6 million, or adjusted net loss attributable to common stockholders per basic and diluted share of 0.03. This compares to an adjusted net loss attributable to common stockholders, a non-GAAP financial measure, of $0.8 million, or 0.01 per basic diluted share for the fiscal first quarter of 2025. Adjusted EBITDA, a non-GAAP financial measure for the fiscal first quarter 2026, was $0.5 million compared to an adjusted EBITDA of $6.3 million for the fiscal first quarter 2025. Balance sheet. As of August 31st, 2025, the company had $114.1 million in cash, along with $687.3 million in debt. This does not include $362.5 million in proceeds from our financing that occurred subsequent to quarter end. This is about the conference call, which the conference call starts in about 30 minutes. So stick around. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not. Can we get 420 likes? Like, there's a ridiculous amount of people here. Is it possible to get 420 likes? Like, is that possible? That'd be crazy. If it's not possible, that's fine. That's fine. But either way, make sure you guys subscribe as well if you guys are interested in stock earnings. This is one of the only stock market live streams that streams about stock earnings. So if you guys are interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe as well. But let's hit 420 likes, chat. Let's hit 420 likes. That'd be awesome. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. But yeah, not much else here. We just got to wait for the earnings call at this point. What do you guys think? What did you guys think of that earnings? What are your guys's bets? All right, do you guys have calls? Do you have puts? What did you guys think of that earnings? Does anyone? I saw there's a lot of messages. It's hard to get to everyone's messages. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Let's see. 420 specific. 420 is very specific. It's because I think that's a good like target. 420 likes is a good target. I missed the stream. How'd the earnings turn out? They beat. Have 2K shares and 31 calls. Nice. Paper hand hubby. Thanks for putting the effort. Hey, thanks for being here, bro. Thanks for being here. I'm just here to see if the 420 like goal hits, or I don't know. There was like over 500 people in here at one point, so it was possible at one point, but there's not as many people here. We could maybe get 420 likes though. Yeah, we'll see, you know. A bunch of people could pile in before the earnings call. But if you haven't hit the like button yet, hit that like button. Let's get the 420 likes. Let's get the 420 likes. Earnings call starts here in like 30 minutes. Beat everything but not the market. Love from Norway. Welcome, Neba, and welcome. Appreciate you being here. Can you explain what a call is? A call is the right to buy 100 shares of a stock at a certain price. It's a contract. Have a few 2026 calls. Kicking my ass for selling calls. 2,000 shares. Nice. I think we hit 420 likes in no time. Maybe. We could hit 420 likes. We got a lot of subscribers, bro. Apparently a lot of people like stock earnings. If you guys are interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe. This is one of the only YouTube channels that live streams stock earnings calls and, reports on stock earnings. So make sure you subscribe as well if you're interested in stock earnings. We do these all the time. Like earlier and like often. Love from Kent, UK. Welcome, bro. Welcome. Got 10,000 shares. Nice. Nice. Hey, we got 14,000 subs, chat. We just hit 14,000 subs. Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. 14,000, bro. Crazy. Crazy, chat. Crazy, chat. 14,000 subs. Let's go. Appreciate you all being here. Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you. That's crazy. We just got like we got like 100 subs just from this one stream. I would have never thought Applied Digital would be this popular. It's funny though, because I looked at the chart and I saw it was up like 10x, and I'm like, oh, I bet that's a pretty hyped earnings. And look at it now. Look at it now. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But thank you guys. Thank you for supporting the stream, supporting the channel. We've been doing these live streams every single day for the past year, and it's been awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys for always supporting the stream. Nah, the earnings call comes out in like 25 minutes. I remember when it was like $5. Yeah, pretty crazy. This is what happens when Corey does literally other ticker. Exactly. Literally. Literally, bro. Talk about anything else besides GameStop and people love it. Nobody cares about GameStop. They love Applied Digital, though. They love Applied Digital, apparently. Yeah, this is what the stream would be like if I actually tried to get views. Literally. If I actually tried to get views, this is what the stream would be. Just saying. Most days I don't try to get views. Most day I'm just here for the people who are here every day. But when you try to get views, it can be fun. It can be fun. Make sure you guys hit that like button, though. We need to get that 420 like target. We're so close. We're 60 likes away from the 420 like target. I think we can hit it, bro. Even though there's not as many people here as there were earlier. I still think we can get the 420 like target. I think you can do it, bro. Okay, Mr. Popular. I'm not popular, bro. I'm not popular. This, like I said, this is just what happens if I actually try. Just kidding. There's not many things like this that people are actually like obsessed with, you know. People love Applied Digital because it's up 10x. If it wasn't, if Applied Digital wasn't up 10x, people wouldn't be this excited about it. I promise you that. Like, is anyone here invested in Applied Digital for like an actual fundamental reason? Or are you guys only on the are you guys only invested in it because the number just keeps going up? Like, be real. Like, how many people are actually invested in Applied Digital for a fundamental reason? Let's see, yes, independent of earnings. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Amen, amen. Data centers. I think it's AI good. CoreWeave NVIDIA ties. Bought because it's in Texas. Hey, at least you're honest, bro. At least you're honest. I like that. I like that. Love me some fundamentals. I did when I heard CoreWeave's on the same train. In long term, huge growing sector. 100% US data center. Not enough supply to meet demand for HPC. Fair. I own all of the power/cloud stocks for fundamental future proofing, Apld, Nebius, CoreWeave, Iron, etc. Alright, alright. Alright. Outlook with CoreWeave's 15-year long-term deal. Plenty of people with AI portfolios. They've been in the industry for 24 years, not a startup. Interesting concept, but Iron Wolf are more interesting. Where are you streaming the call from? Right here. It starts here in like 20 minutes. Fundamentally strong, EPS growth and revenue strong. Data center theme is growing and all data centers are constrained. Want to hear guidance on how they'll grow, how growth estimates for next quarter. Gotcha. Live in the same town, North Dakota. I see. Interesting. Interesting. I like that. I like seeing your guys' reasons for being invested into the company. If anyone else has any reasons that nobody listed in the chat, please share them. It's actually pretty cool reading all the different reasons of why people are invested in this. So keep them. If you haven't, yeah. Anybody else? Does anyone else have any other reasons why they're invested in Applied Digital? I like reading these. What website are you streaming the call from? It's from Applied Digital website. From their investor relations site, I'm pretty sure. My reasons because I saw someone posted on Wall Street Bets 5 minutes before close. Awesome. Awesome. Gonna resemble this gain. Bitcoin miners to data center conversions are the new wave, seeing as they have the infrastructure for HPC. Jensen invests, I invest. Great government we have in office. Answer my question? I don't know what your question is. I don't know. I can't answer your question because I don't know what it is. Earnings play. Might be announcing first hyperscaler collab. Some degenerate greed for some, for sure. Hey, we got 369 likes. Let's go, chat. 369 likes. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Crushing it. Crushing it. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. If you guys are interested in stock earnings. This is one of the only YouTube live streams that covers stock earnings, so make sure you're subscribed if you are interested in stock earnings. We cover every stock in the market. Whenever their earnings is coming out, anyways. Microsoft, Nebius, does they have anything together? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, bro. Proud 69th, let's go. I'm just greedy as fuck. Only reason I'm in it. Hey, at least you're honest, bro. At least you're honest. Some people can't admit they have a gambling problem. Yeah, the call starts here in like 15 minutes. So let's try to get 420 likes before the call starts. Let's get 420 likes before the call starts, chat. Run it up if you haven't hit the like button yet. What we doing? We're just waiting for the earnings call. We're just waiting for the earnings call. They have a nice website. That they do. I did notice that when I was going to look for the earnings call. Decent website for sure. I saw earnings report and I gamble red and black. All right. I read they had something with 5 bill contract. I'm not sure, man. I'm not tapped in. You know, maybe someone here knows. Maybe someone in the chat knows, but I don't know. I'm here for Lambos, of course. Wait, you're here for Lambo season? I won't play Lambo season. I won't do that to you. I won't do that to you. Microsoft signs deal with MBIS. What's my opinion on UPath? I don't have an opinion. All you need to worry about is what color Lambo you're getting. That's funny, bro. All you need to worry about is what color Lambo you're getting. Bro, that might be the funniest thing ever. Holy shit. Oh man, that's hilarious. $11 billion deal with CoreWeave. Corey, do more live streams every day? Bro, I've been live streaming every day for the past year. Where have you been? Literally. I've literally live streamed every single day for the past year. Where have you been, my friend? I've always viewed the AI build out as a pyramid. Had me buy NVIDIA 2 years ago. As the build out has progressed, new layer near the top of the pyramid has appeared. Cloud PWR provided layer. I like the hair. Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you. Nah, you haven't missed the earnings call. Earnings call starts here in like 15 minutes. Don't come and promote your nonsense Discord in my stream, bro. You're in the wrong stream. Nobody wants to join your Discord. Nobody cares. Earnings call's coming up soon, though. Coming up soon. I should be able to open the call at this point. Levi Strauss did pretty decent as well. What did Levi stock go up at all? Oh wow, it's down 6%. Apparently not. They did okay on earnings though, but Levi got clapped. All right. Let me get this earnings call. All right. I don't know why the screen won't load. They usually don't have slideshows anyway. Greetings from Tijuana. Well, welcome, Mark. Welcome, Mark. Wonder why it's not showing that. Yeah, for some reason it's not loading the photo. I don't know what's going on there. Very weird. Very weird. Oh, wait, I think this fixes it. Potentially. Maybe? Ah, we fixed it. I fixed it. There we go. There we go, chat. I fixed it. So what do you guys think? Do you think this goes up tomorrow? You think it goes down? What does everyone think here? Are there any bearish people on this stock? I've seen most of the chat is bullish. I see most of the chat is bullish. Are there any bearish people out there? Seems like everyone's bullish on this stock. It's bear hunting season. I thought bear hunting season was over. All right, you got the earnings call starting here in like 10 minutes. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We need to get 420 likes, chat. We're so close. We're so close to 420 likes, chat. We're so close. Not moving because we need 420 likes. Facts. Yeah, maybe the stock, you know, if you get 420 likes, the stock goes up. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard if you get 420 likes, the stock goes up. Someone told me. Let's see. Minute GW hyperscalers announced 50 plus. Bears will not come to listen to earnings when it's a beautiful afternoon. That's fair. I think it goes up, but could go down for future power shortage issues. I think we're about to get clapped. Interesting. Not a gap. Don't need to go back. So really, really no bears. There's like 2 people that are bearish. Interesting. Out of 300 people, there's 2 that are bearish. Very interesting. Bought $15 calls out 2027. Prediction it rips. What's up, Marius? What's up, bro? Make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not. We need 30 more likes for 420. We need to get that 420 like target, chat. We need to get the 420 like target. Run it up, chat. Also, if you guys are interested in stock earnings, this is one of the only YouTube live streams that reviews stock earnings, so make sure you guys subscribe if you're interested in stock earnings. This is literally one of the only YouTube channels that covers stock earnings, so if that's something you're interested in, definitely subscribe. But we're so close. We're so close to the 420 like target, chat. We're so close. So close. Got in at 1292. Leading in AI is ingrained national security. We can't blink on trying to pioneer and build put superior tech. What? How do you discover these stocks on such low price? You track them for years, and then when it gets to a price that you're willing to buy, you buy it. But you have to be tracking it. You have to be tracking the stock in the first place. Wasn't expecting this to be the largest stock in my portfolio. Why do YouTubers need likes? It's for fun. I'd say it's just for fun. I'm sure it helps the video though. You know, I'm sure it helps YouTube know people like the stream and maybe it would suggest the stream to other people. I'm sure there's reasons for it. And then subscribers are, subscribers are important because whenever you go live or whenever you drop a video, it suggests it to subscribers, or it's even in their little subscribe tab. So subscribers are more important than likes for sure, but I don't know. I think just having like target goals is really fun, 420 likes, that's a fun like target. That's a fun like target, and we're really close to it. Literally only need 25 more likes for 420, so having like targets is fun. Gives us something to talk about while we wait for this earnings call. But the earnings call starts here in like 5 minutes. Let's get 420 likes before the earnings call starts. We need 420 likes before the earnings call starts. Run it up, chat. Run up those likes. Damn, 20 more. 20 more, chat. 20 more for the 420 like target. We're so close, chat. We're so close, chat. 10 more likes, chat. 10 more likes for the 420 target. You need 420 likes for the earnings call, chat. The earnings call doesn't play unless there's 420 likes. So run it up, chat. You need 10 more. Make sure you subscribe too. If you guys are interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe. This is literally one of the only YouTube channels that reviews stock earnings and listens to stock earnings calls. So if you're interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe as well. But we're so close. We're so close to the like target, chat. We're so close. There's literally 5 more people. Literally 5 more people for the like target, chat. Run it up. Run it up. Run up that subscribe and like button, chat. Run up that subscribe and like button, chat. 2 more people. 2 more people for 420 likes, bro. Run it. Run it. Hey, let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. 420 likes, baby. 420 likes, chat. Just in time. Just in time for the earnings call, chat. Just in time for the earnings call. 3 more minutes. You got 3 more minutes. You got 3 more minutes till the earnings call, chat. We're almost there. We're almost there, chat. I appreciate all the likes. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Much love to all of you. Much love to all of you guys. Thank you for being here. $427. Damn. A lot of likes. A lot of likes. I thought it was going to be tough to get 420 likes, but apparently not. Apparently it was a lot easier than I thought. So now we just run up the subscribe button, right? Now we just talk about the subscribe button. If you guys are interested in stock earnings, hit that subscribe button. We do stock earnings streams anytime there's stock earnings. And I also live stream every day anyway, so if you're looking for a streamer to watch every day or whatever it may be, you know, hit that like button or hit that subscribe button. See, now I'm getting confused. But I appreciate you guys. God bless. God bless. The earnings call should start here in like 2 minutes. The music's still going. Still got the music going on the earnings call here. So in the meantime, you know, click the subscribe button. In the meantime, click that subscribe button if you're interested in stock earnings. Let's get 500 likes. If you guys can get it to 500 likes, that's crazy. If you guys can get 500 likes, that is absolutely insane. I'll be honest. I don't know if you guys can do it, bro. I don't know if you guys got 500 likes in you. It was hard enough to get 420. Man, I don't know if you guys got 500 likes in you. That would be crazy. That'd be something else. That would be something else to see. If you guys get 500 likes, you're crazy. You guys are actually nuts. Still waiting. Yeah, a lot of people here. A lot of people here right now. I mean, maybe you could get 500 likes. Maybe. The earnings call is about to start, so run up that like button. Run up that like button. The earnings call should be starting any minute now. And for the final time, I'll say, if you guys are interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe. This is one of the only YouTube channels that reviews stock earnings and listens to earnings calls. So if you're interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe to the channel.
25 in a press release, a copy of which has been furnished in a report on a Form 8-K filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, and will be available in the Investor Relations section of the company's website. Joining us on today's call are Applied Digital's Chairman and CEO, Wes Cummins, and CFO, Seidal Mohmand. Following the remarks, we will be opening the call for questions. Before we begin, Matt Glover from Gately Group will make a brief introductory statement. Mr. Glover, you may begin.
Thank you, operator. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Applied Digital's fiscal first quarter 2026 conference call. Before management begins formal remarks, we would like to remind everyone that some statements we're making today may be considered forward-looking statements under securities laws and involve a number of risks and uncertainties. As a result, we caution you that there are a number of factors, many of which are beyond our control, which could cause actual results and events to differ materially from those described in the forward-looking statements. For more detailed risks, uncertainties, and assumptions related to our forward-looking statements, please see the disclosures in our earnings release and public filings made with the SEC. We disclaim any obligation or any undertaking to update forward-looking statements to reflect circumstances or events that occur after the date the forward-looking statements are made, except as required by law. We also discuss non-GAAP financial metrics and encourage you to read our disclosures and the reconciliation tables, the applicable GAAP measures in our earnings release carefully as you consider these metrics. We refer you to our filings with the SEC for detailed disclosures and descriptions of our business, as well as uncertainties and other variable circumstances, including but not limited to risks and uncertainties identified under the caption Risk Factors in our annual report on Form 10-K and our quarterly reports on Form 10-Q. You may access Applied Digital's SEC filings for free by visiting the SEC website at www.sec.gov. I would like to remind everyone that this call is being recorded and will be made available for replay via a link available in the Investor Relations section of Applied Digital's website. Now I'd like to turn the call over to Applied Digital's Chairman and CEO, Wes Cummins. Wes.
Thanks, Matt, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our first quarter fiscal 2026 conference call. I'd like to begin by expressing my sincere appreciation to our employees for their continued dedication to our mission, delivering purpose-built infrastructure for the rapidly expanding artificial intelligence and high-performance computing sectors. Their commitment remains foundational to our success. Before I turn the call over to our CFO, Seidal Mohmand, I want to highlight several key developments across the business, beginning with our HPC data center hosting segment. This quarter, we expanded our long-term lease agreements with CoreWeave, a publicly traded AI hyperscaler. Previously, we had 250 megawatts under contract at our Ellendale, North Dakota campus, Polaris Forge 1. That agreement represents approximately $7 billion in contracted revenue over 15 years. CoreWeave has since exercised its option, and our leases now cover the full 400 megawatts of capacity currently under construction of Polaris Forge 1, increasing the total contract value to approximately $11 billion. In addition to the underlying leases, CoreWeave has engaged us to perform the tenant fit-out for the first 100 megawatts of the 400 megawatt campus. This further deepens our operational integration and demonstrates the added value we bring as a strategic partner to our tenant. We will continue to invest in new technologies and continue to grow our technical expertise as we believe that we can replicate this value-added business model to other tenants. As a reminder, we believe Polaris Forge 1 has the potential to scale beyond 1 gigawatt starting in 2028 to 2030, when new transmission capabilities are expected to come online. We also broke ground on a new campus, Polaris Forge 2, near Harwood, North Dakota, where we are initially constructing 2 buildings totaling 300 megawatts of critical IT load. Over time, we believe this campus can scale to 1 gigawatt as additional generation capacity is added to the grid. We are already in early discussions with multiple parties to support that expansion. Initial funding for Polaris Forge 2 has been secured by our financial partner, Macquarie Equipment Capital, and construction is underway. We expect the first building to start coming online in late 2026 and reach full capacity in 2027. With the campus designed for future expansion. The initial development cost is projected to be approximately $3 billion, with the potential to increase as additional power becomes available. We remain in advanced discussions with an investment-grade hyperscaler regarding a lease for this campus. We have also entered negotiations with 2 additional hyperscalers for 2 new locations. Across the industry, the scale of investment in AI infrastructure is unprecedented. Publicly traded hyperscalers have projected to invest over $350 billion in AI data centers this year alone. To put this in historical perspective, the U.S. interstate highway system, launched under President Eisenhower in 1956, cost approximately $500 billion in inflation-adjusted dollars, but took 30 years to complete. The Apollo program cost roughly $150 billion to send humans to the moon and spanned more than a decade. In contrast, public hyperscalers are projected to invest over $350 billion in AI infrastructure in just a single year, an extraordinary concentration of capital that rivals the scale of America's most ambitious infrastructure efforts, but compressed to a fraction of the time. This surge in demand has made speed, reliability, and readiness absolutely critical. The industry has come to recognize that the limiting factor in AI infrastructure deployment is no longer GPU availability, it's lack of data centers capable of supporting those GPUs, commonly referred to as AI factories. Simply put, the supply of suitable data centers which can handle the technical requirements on most advanced AI silicon is falling short of demand. We feel Applied Digital is uniquely positioned to meet this challenge. We were among the first to break ground in 2023 on next-generation data center designs capable of supporting the advanced power and cooling requirements of modern GPUs. We secured construction crews early, assembled a team with deep expertise in power, land, and supply chain logistics, and built strong relationships with local communities through proactive engagement and education. We also recruited top-tier data center talent well before the industry recognized the limitations of legacy designs. During the construction of our first 100-megawatt data center, leading hyperscalers sent teams to evaluate our campus, working alongside us and ultimately validating our approach through what we believe was the most rigorous technical due diligence in the industry. At the same time, we cultivated relationships with major financial institutions like Macquarie Asset Management, who had a front-row seat to these milestones. As a result, we built trusted partnerships with the largest buyers and users of data center infrastructure in the world. We've also demonstrated our ability to deliver scalable, power-dense facilities just as demand for our services has accelerated dramatically. While our pipeline spans multiple states and regions, I want to emphasize the strategic advantages of our northern campuses in the Dakotas. We believe these campuses have the ability to offer abundant, low-cost energy, a supportive regulatory environment, and more than 200 days of free natural cooling annually. Our proprietary design is engineered for a projected PUE of 1.18 with near zero water consumption. These innovations are not only intended to deliver efficiency for hyperscale customers, but also minimize our environmental footprint and help us ensure we grow responsibly in every community we serve. We believe that a hyperscaler lease for Polaris Forge 2 would be a significant milestone for Applied Digital and the state of North Dakota. We think that 2 anchor customers under multi-billion-dollar long-term contracts would be a meaningful step toward reaching our goal of strengthening our position in the market and also establishing the region as a major hub for hyperscale infrastructure. These long-term contracts should provide our company with exceptional visibility and clear paths to long-term growth. Lastly, while availability of power has been the primary focus for the overall market, we feel it is becoming a secondary focus for us. With 4 gigawatts in our active development pipeline and more under review, our primary focus has become scaling, development, and construction. As I stated on our last call, we've been able to shorten our construction timeline to 12 to 14 months from 24 months, which was an important step. We have now scaled to develop multiple campuses in parallel. This has resulted in us now having 700 megawatts currently under construction. We are seeing that our proven ability to design and build at scale has resulted in an influx of power opportunities from third parties that have power and land, but don't have the ability to design and build to meet the stringent demands of hyperscalers. We expect to proceed with at least one of these third-party projects this year. Turning to our blockchain hosting business, we continue to operate 286 megawatts of fully contracted capacity across our 2 North Dakota locations. Bitcoin prices remain strong, which is a positive indicator for our customers, and we remain optimistic about the business and its future. Next, I'd like to address our cloud services business, which provides high-performance computing infrastructure for AI applications. As announced on our prior quarterly call, our board of directors initiated a strategic review of this segment, and their financial results are classified as held for sale. That process is ongoing. We will hold off on providing further updates until we have a definitive disposition plan to share with our shareholders. With that, I'll turn the call over to our CFO, Saad Mohmand, for a detailed review of our financials.
Thanks, Wes, and good afternoon, everybody. Let me begin with the recent announcements regarding our financing. We secured an initial $112.5 million draw from a $5 billion preferred equity facility with Macquarie Asset Management to advance construction of Polaris Forge 1. This structure is designed to fully finance the build-out and materially reduce future equity requirements across our platform. Importantly, securing capital at the asset level provides financing alignment in an asset-heavy business like ours. It ensures the completion of the Polaris Forge 1 campus while also establishing a clear framework to scale additional campuses. We also remain on track in our project financing process, as previously mentioned as well. Beyond Polaris Forge 1, as we previously announced, we secured funding from Macquarie Equipment Capital, another branch of Macquarie, to launch construction of Polaris Forge 2. We intend to tap our preferred equity facility with Macquarie Asset Management to continue equity funding of this project. We are now advancing project financing for this campus as well to support the full build-out. We remain relentlessly focused on a few core objectives. First, securing capital at the lowest possible cost, building repeatable financing structures, and positioning the company to scale data center development across the United States. These are not easy undertakings, yet our team has executed with remarkable discipline. As reflected on our balance sheet, we have now built and funded more than $1.6 billion in property and equipment. The fact that we began as a small Bitcoin hosting center business and are now executing transactions with the world's leading hyperscalers, banks, and infrastructure partners underscores our essentiality to the intelligence era. That said, we want investors to understand that these investments are just the beginning to generate returns and have yet to be reflected in our income statement. The first 100 megawatt building is nearing completion, and as Wes mentioned, CoreWeave engaged us to perform the tenant fit-out for this facility. This marks the initial phase of preparing the building to generate lease revenue. This quarter, the CoreWeave fit-out revenue contributed around $26.3 million in revenue, and while we expect that figure to ramp significantly over the next quarter. While this is a one-time, low-margin business, approximately mid-single digits, it is strategically important. We feel it demonstrates that companies like CoreWeave can rely on us for end-to-end services required to deploy state-of-the-art data centers. As we complete the fit-out over the calendar 25 year, we expect a significant increase in revenue from that work. This would then be followed by the starting of the recognition of the lease income for the first 100 megawatt building as it comes fully online towards the end of this calendar year. Now let's turn to the quarter. Please note that unless otherwise specified, the figures that we are about to discuss reflect continuing operations only and exclude the cloud services business. Revenues for the first fiscal quarter of fiscal 26 were $64.2 million, up 84% from $34.8 million in the fiscal first quarter of 2025. The increase was primarily due to the $26.3 million of revenue generated from the tenant fit-out services associated with our HPC hosting business. The remaining $5 million increase in revenue is related to the data center business and is due to performance improvements compared to the 3 months ended August 31st, 2024. Cost of revenues were $55.6 million compared to $22.7 million. Approximately $25 million of the increase in cost of revenue was associated with the tenant fit-out services for our HPC hosting business, while the remaining increase was associated with our data center hosting business and other expenses directly attributable to generating revenue. SG&A was $29.2 million compared to $11 million. This increase was due to increases of $16.6 million in stock-based compensation due to accelerated vesting of certain employee stock awards and $3.9 million in personnel expenses for employee costs and other costs attributable to supporting growth of these businesses. These costs were partially offset by a $2.3 million decrease in professional service expenses, primarily related to a decrease in legal services. Interest expense was $3.9 million compared to $3 million, and our net loss was $27.8 million or 11 cents per share. Adjusted net loss was $7.6 million or 3 cents per share, while adjusted EBITDA was $500,000 compared to $6.3 million the prior year. Moving to our balance sheet, we ended the first fiscal quarter with $114.1 million in cash, cash equivalents, and restricted cash, along with $687.3 million in debt. Note this does not include the $362.5 million in proceeds from our financings that occurred subsequent to the quarter end. Now, with that, I'll turn over the call to Wes for closing remarks.
Thank you, Siddharth. In closing, I want to emphasize that as we add a second location with Polaris Forge 2, we expect to see a significant increase in our net operating income anchored by long-term contracts with hyperscale tenants. Applied Digital is operating at the center of one of the most capital-intensive infrastructure build-outs in modern history, with hyperscalers expected to invest approximately $350 billion in AI development this year alone. We're not just participating in it, we are enabling it. With the CoreWeave lease supporting roughly $500 million in annual net operating income and Polaris Forge 2 poised to significantly increase that figure, we are laying the foundation to reach our stated goal of $1 billion of NOI run rate within 5 years. And this is just the beginning. The Department of Energy estimates a power shortfall for data centers in the range of 40 to 50 gigawatts, while experts like Eric Schmidt from Google suggest it could exceed 90 gigawatts. We are developing a robust multi-gigawatt pipeline that is growing. While we've been selective in disclosing details for competitive reasons, we recognize the importance of communicating our power position to the market. We believe our pipeline is as strong or stronger than most of our peers, and we plan to continue to expand this in future updates. We are actively evaluating new sites across additional states and regions, and we are moving quickly to meet the accelerating demand. On a personal note, as we review potential sites, this mission carries deep meaning for me. I grew up in a small town in Idaho and saw firsthand how major cities flourished through access to jobs and technology while rural communities were left behind. That's why I'm especially proud to partner with towns like Ellendale and Harwood. In most cases, when a company brings billions of dollars in construction to a region, it's the result of intense competition and aggressive tax incentives. In our case, we're choosing to invest in these communities because we see their potential and want to be part of their long-term success. And this is particularly meaningful to me and my family. These projects represent more than infrastructure. They offer transformative opportunity, from job creation to economic momentum that the impact is intended to be felt for generations. We also committed to minimizing our environmental impact through the latest design innovations, including strategies to reduce water usage and preserve local resources. In addition, we are investing in infrastructure upgrades to help minimize our impact on local utilities and manage the electrical demand required for each location. By proactively enhancing grid support and optimizing power distribution, we aim to ensure our development strengthen, not strain, the surrounding communities. Our vision is for Applied Digital to be known as a job creator, tax contributor, and trusted community partner because we believe growth only matters if it's done the right way. We've invested in housing, built community centers, participated in local events, and supported initiatives in hopes to make these towns stronger. At the end of the day, this is the legacy I want our company to be remembered for. This is only the beginning for Applied Digital. We're positioned at the convergence of unprecedented demand and proven execution capability. We have a design that has been approved by 4 hyperscalers. We have secured critical supply chain. We have scaled construction to 700 megawatts, and we have put capital partnerships in place to fund our rapid expansion. With hyperscalers racing to deploy infrastructure and our platform already delivering, we believe the opportunity ahead is not only massive, it's accelerating. We remain confident in our strategy, our partnerships, and our ability to lead this next chapter of digital infrastructure. We welcome your questions at this time. Operator?
Hit that like and subscribe button, chat.
Thank you very much.
You guys are absolutely crushing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please.
You guys are absolutely crushing on Applied Digital. Hit that like and subscribe button. And join the membership, too. It's $1 a month.
Please press star followed by number 2. If you are using a speakerphone, please make sure to lift your handset before pressing any case. Your first question comes from the line of Nick Giles from B. Riley Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, operator. Good afternoon, everyone. My first question was just on the project financing. I think last quarter you outlined a pathway to having an announcement in the near term, and obviously we've seen the initial Macquarie draw here, but what are the largest remaining factors, and can you just remind us if we should expect financing for the first 150, or if we should look for something that could be all 400? Thanks very much.
Hey Nick, I'll let Settle take that.
Thanks for the question. Yeah, so in terms of the project financing, I would expect, just given the both buildings coming on over the next, call it year, we're going to have the project financing entail both buildings. This is unique. Generally, it's building by building, but given the size and timing to market, we felt it was appropriate to have both buildings on the same process. Note that this is
Hey, thank you
one
for
of the
joining the
largest,
membership, Gopala.
CoreWeave
Get
as
much
a
love.
tenant-backed financings occurring in the market. So we are finalizing, working through all the credit agreement docs, all the paperwork, and what we're aiming for is having a facility in place that's in line, if not more optimal than what was currently announced from some of their competitors.
Thanks, Settle. That's helpful. My next question was,
Hey, thank you for joining the
switching gears
membership,
to
Jesus. Thank you, bro.
Forge
God
2,
bless.
can you just remind us, what's currently in place from just a power infrastructure perspective? Is there a substation that's under construction, for instance? What about the power offtake agreement? Just would appreciate any updates there.
Nick, you've seen that we announced 280 megawatts there. It's the initial utility power. There will be some infrastructure built and put in place, but we'll meet the timeline that we've talked about earlier, which is this location coming online in 26 and fully online in 27.
Got it. Guys, I'll turn it over. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Rob Brown from Lake Street
Make sure you guys
Capital
hit that
Markets.
like and
Please go
subscribe
ahead.
button and potentially join the membership. It's $1 a month.
Just wanted to follow up a little bit. You talked about a couple new hyperscalers in new locations that you're starting to look at. I know you can't give too much detail, but what's sort of the kind of timeline there and potential that they could start to take action here and move forward?
I'll interrupt the call if I want. This is
Good
my
question, Rob.
stream.
Thank you.
Hit the like button.
We've started
Hit the
negotiations.
subscribe button.
I think what's important here,
And
Rob,
join the
is
membership.
we're getting
Don't
into
tell
a
me what to
place
do.
where I think we're going to constantly be in negotiation with new customers or existing customers for expansion at new and existing locations, and those will run through their process, and some of these could be 90 days or 120 days from start to finish. But I think the expectation, Rob, should be that this is going to be a constant for us. So we moved from Polaris Forge 1, where we're executing, to Polaris Forge 2, where I think we'll have a contract in place in the very near term. And then we have more campuses that we're working through, as I mentioned, a 4 gigawatt active pipeline that we're working on, and then more outside of that. But it's just going to be a constant, and we've seen a big acceleration in our business, and I think some of that's the market, and some of that's the progress that we've made over the past 3 months, and we just need to make sure that we're in a good position to meet as much of that demand as we can meet.
Okay, great. And then I think you talked about expanding the Polaris Forge 1 and 2 to up to 1 gigawatt. What's the limiting factor there? What would you need to add that much power to those sites?
So as typical with most sites, even very large sites, you see announced. One of the things in the industry is there's no uniform way for you to comp me versus someone else for the power, because there's not all the details of what that entails and what the timeline of that power is. But generally, at locations like this, you have initial power, and then you scale over time. What we're trying to match with, so at Ellendale, we think now that'll go to about 1.4 gigawatts of total utility power, a little over a gigawatt in Harwood of total utility power. And it has to do with
congrats to anyone who's in this
infrastructure,
play,
the
though. You guys are
transmits the power
crushing,
in some
bro.
locations, and then
You guys are
others,
absolutely
it's
crushing.
about adding
Let's
additional
go.
generation capabilities
Let's
to the
go.
grid at large. there. So not necessarily directly at that location, but the grid overall. And we have good line of sight on, additional generation coming online in the areas that we needed to come online. But the goal, Rob, for us on these sites is to match the power ramp with our ability to build. So if we're building at Polaris Forge 2, we're building 300 megawatts. And when we're wrapping that 300 megawatts up, the hope is that we've matched well where we can start our next 300 megawatts, or they're 150 megawatt buildings. So at least one more of those buildings with power to be delivered as that building is finished. And the same at Ellendale, right? As we run through 27, and then we'll have new power coming there in 28 by, early to mid 27, we're building for that 28 power so that our building is ready when that power is available to be delivered.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Congrats on all the progress. I'll turn it over.
Thanks, Rob.
Hit that like and subscribe button, chat. There's over 600 people in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button. Join the membership.
Hey, thanks, guys. And congratulations on the $5 billion MAM financing. Can you talk a little bit about what that does, the MAM financing does for you on a go-forward basis?
Sure, Mike. Macquarie's been a big investor in data center, for many years. They're really well known in the industry, and just us working with them and their relationships with hyperscalers and all of the processes they've been through before is extraordinarily helpful just from the partnership perspective. But when you look from a capital perspective, what we're seeking to do there is, we could finance, the Ellendale campus Polaris Forge 1 by ourselves. We probably even finance Polaris Forge 2 by ourselves. But what we're trying to put in place, and what we have put in place now, is the ability for us to scale much larger. We're looking more into the future and putting a mechanism in place that eliminates or minimizes the dilution at the public company for a set amount at the subsidiary for Macquarie. And this allows us to go forward. The Macquarie capital, $5 billion of capital, really unlocks $20 to $25 billion of total capital for us when you include project finance. And that allows us to build a significant amount of capacity. And now our shareholders and yourself as an analyst, what the structure is for us. What the dilution looks like. We have the dilution down at the subsidiary for Macquarie, and it really eliminates the need for us to just constantly be going to the market to raise capital to build these facilities.
That's helpful. And then you guys have talked about the project financing and the progress you've made there for the Ellendale CoreWeave 400 megawatts. Do you have any rough expected terms on that project financing you can kind of talk about at a high level?
Hey, Mike, this is Apld. Yeah, so to provide a little more color, and not much has changed since the prior quarter. In terms of LTCs for CoreWeave back leases, we expect it to come around the 70% LTC range. We've seen anywhere from 70 to 80%. 80% tends to be a little bit of a higher cost, given the structuring. In terms of pricing, we've seen anywhere from 400 to 450 basis points. I think one of those facilities was slightly higher at 475. We hope and expect to come in between, the 400 to 450 basis points that's out there in terms of the spread over SOFR. And then how it's bifurcated is very interesting too. So what we've seen in the market, there's a bifurcation with, take for instance, a 70% LTC loan. You'll have 50% of that facility structured as a mortgage, generally a lower price, call it 300 to 335 basis points over SOFR, with the excess cash flow from the campus basically sweeping down the principal. And then the other 20 points of LTC is generally structured as a second lien or mezz facility, anywhere from, call it 10%. So it blends into that S plus 425. It's a very efficient structure, and it's a unique way to finance high-grade tenants that right now are currently, not investment grade, but perhaps in a year or two are become investment grade. So that's what we're seeing, and it's a dynamic landscape, and we expect to have it completed within the quarter.
That's
no
great
guarantees, but we're making great progress.
Cool. Okay, hey, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Your next question comes from the line of Darren Aftahi from Roth Capital. Please go ahead.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my questions and congrats on the progress. Just two, if I may, can you, definitionally speaking, talk to how you define active pipeline? Like, is that perspective, exclusivity, developmental? Like, where in the food chain does that 4 gigs fall?
Yeah. So Darren, what we look at, so if I looked at, what we have for 4 buckets, it's, would be operating, under construction, active pipeline, and then pipeline. And so operating is 0 right now, and then this quarter will drop, 100 megawatts into operating. We have 700 megawatts in construction right now. Those are pretty easy to define. And then as you go active pipeline, these are things that we feel could move into that construction pipe or into the construction box in the next 6 to 12 months. And some of those could be even sooner. So those are things we're actively working on with permitting, with power, with all of those pieces that we think in the next 6 to 12 months can move into the construction pipeline. And then you have a further out pipeline that are things that we're constantly looking at. But we're saying that I don't think that can necessarily move into the construction pipeline within that time frame.
That's helpful. And then I guess with doing multiple sites at once, obviously you have the capital piece ironed out. But in terms of like human capital and people, like how do you balance that? Is there enough resources for you guys to do that? And you guys typically are operating on a pretty aggressive time frame of 12 months. Like, what are any headwinds potentially that would deter that 12-month time frame that you guys are hoping to achieve on these sites?
Yeah. So there's a couple of things on the human capital side. So inside the company, we've been working on this, pretty aggressively for a while to get ourselves in a position to be able to scale. So, the company has been focused on building that first building, getting a customer. Now that's 3 buildings. We have a customer for the 3 buildings. And then internally, we've been, we see what the demand looks like. We've been cultivating a very large power pipeline. And then we have thought about how do we scale this to multiple campuses at the same time. And we've put almost all of that in place internally that we need. One of the big items, Darren, that is a big issue, and it'll start to become more and more of an issue, supply chain. So we've put the supply chain in place. I've talked about this before. We did this, some time ago where we've landed with these key partners. We've narrowed down the number of SKUs that we use on site. We have a couple of key partners that we use on supply chain because we need to be able to ramp supply chain along with just having power and land isn't enough. And so we've been able to do that. And then, so we're doing it in the Dakotas right now. The key question, for me is how much can we do? I think we can at least do 1 more campus in the Dakotas in parallel. Can we do 2 more in the Dakotas in parallel? Because then you start getting into the localized labor force of work, and then you can obviously pull from other areas. But you should expect us to do some campuses in other states where we can pull on a different local labor pool to really execute on this. But those are the key items. And then what we're seeing, because we have this ability to do the design, to do construction, we have supply chain, we have all of these pieces, we've been getting flooded with power opportunities. So I would say in the last 4 weeks, we've seen over 50 different sites. And I think we'll see a lot more of these where people, there's been this big grab for power and for land, and people have run out and grabbed power, and it's valuable to have power. Then they don't know what to do with it from there. And so where we're stepping in is looking at these sites. They're being shown to us, and we're having a really stringent selection process on picking the right sites that are great locations for us that diversify our locations or geographically, and then make sure that we can build for the right customers with the supply chain and the resources that we have.
Great. Super insightful. Thanks, Wes.
Absolutely.
Your next question comes from the line of George Sutton from Craig-Hallum. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, you have Logan on for George here this afternoon. First one for me, I noticed in the press release they're calling out that it sounds like the late stage discussions with the customer at Harwood, they would get a ROFR on the full gigawatt there. I'm curious, is that kind of becoming a requirement for hyperscalers across the board? Like if they're going to become a customer at a site, are they looking for, basically that line of sight to a gigawatt or some big amount of power? And I guess, when we think about those other two sites that you called out where you're also in discussions, are those anything you can give us about what power is in place there? And are those also sites where you have sort of the expansion capability down the road?
Yeah, it's a great question. So what we're seeing in general is the ask is how fast can I get 200 megawatts, and then the site needs to scale to a gigawatt. And so that's what we're providing in the majority of our discussions. So it's been kind of need 26 power now. We're really moving into 27 at this point, and so that's our focus is that. How fast can we get at least 200 and then scaling to a gigawatt? And so the sites that we talk about generally can all do that type of scale to a gigawatt. Now, from a requirement, that's the general demand. There's enough demand now that you could do sites that don't have to scale to a gigawatt because that's a significant scale. But the other piece I would say is, we're being asked for sizes significantly beyond that, where we've even, had some discussions on sites that are 10x that size. So what we're seeing from a demand perspective in the market and the trend where it's going now is larger scale sites, both for training and for inference, but built in a single location so that you get the cost advantages of building at scale in a single location.
Got it. And then just one other, it sounds like a pretty late stage at Harwood. Just from like a lease economic standpoint, should we look for something similar to what you guys got done at Ellendale, or there's a different end customer there potentially lead to different lease economics?
Yeah, what you should expect. So what we focus on is the kind of the spread, right? And the spread is what is our cost of capital versus the tenant that we sign at a location. And so if you have an investment grade hyperscaler, then the cost of capital for us is lower from a project finance perspective. So you should expect that there's a lower economics versus the headline economics, but you should be expecting a similar spread between those two, from a cost of capital and then a revenue perspective, so that we are getting, really the same return from an economic perspective. But that's what you should expect.
Makes sense. Congrats on the progress, and thanks for taking the questions.
Thanks.
The next question comes from the line of Michael Donovan from Compass Point. Please go ahead.
Hi, Wes and Fidel. Thank you for taking my question. One question on the supply chain side. So what are you seeing in the supply chain for long lead equipment, such as the transformers, generators, and have lead times or pricing shifted materially in the past 6 months?
So I think the lead times have become kind of stretched in the industry. Again, for us specifically, we secured these, 2 years ago, and we bought out a lot of manufacturing capacity to supply what we'll need for the future, because we expected supply chain to be one of the critical components for this. But for ourselves specifically, we haven't seen a lot of pricing inflation or stretching of what we're ordering because of how we went about that. But I think you're generally seeing that throughout the industry.
Okay, it's helpful. And the one just for clarification around Macquarie for the $5 billion and thinking of Polaris Forge 1, how much additional funding would be needed for PF1 for those 3 buildings, or does that cover all of it?
So between Macquarie and the project finance, we don't expect to contribute ourselves any additional funding into Polaris Forge 1. It'll be funded by the project finance and the Macquarie financing.
Okay. Appreciate it, Wes.
The next question comes from the line of John Todaro from Needham. Please go ahead.
Hey, it's Austin Ortiz on the line for John Todaro. Just a quick question on South Dakota. Is there any, expected power to come online potentially in 2026 or 2027 in the pipeline, or just any updates on South Dakota if possible? Thank you.
Yes. So South Dakota, the power will be available in 26 there. However, the piece that we're working on in South Dakota is a sales tax exemption that I believe 41 other states have for IT equipment for data center. And so we're working, through the process there in South Dakota. And I know there's other hyperscalers that are working through that same process. But that's really the gating item for South Dakota is not the power for us.
Got it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
The last question is from the line of Nick Gauss from B. Riley Securities. Please go ahead.
Thanks so much for taking my follow-up. Saidal, I just had one. I first wanted to clarify. I think you said project financing could be wrapped up within the quarter. Would that be calendar or fiscal? And then if it were to take longer, how much more could you draw from MAM?
Yeah, the fiscal quarter.
Appreciate that. And then always had a follow-up. Always appreciate your industry commentary around demand. I mean, demand still sounds really strong. And obviously, economics today are being determined by availability of power. But as we get out to 2027 and 2028, do you think it's still going to be driven by availability, or what other factors would you highlight?
I would highlight, generally now, I think there's a couple of things. So everyone's been scrambling for, when can power turn on and when can you build a building? But I think as we go through the next 12 months, there's going to be, potentially a bit of a shakeout for things just not meeting construction timelines. I think there's just, a lot of new entrants in the market at large. And I think that, there's some lessons that we learned, a few years ago about the process of building these, that a lot of the other new entrants still, probably will have to learn. So I think you'll see projects get delayed, and then there will be, proven vendors, proven developers that get more and more of the business as we go forward, kind of, in 27 and 28.
Guys, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Nick.
There are no further questions at this time, so I'd like to turn the call back over to Wes Cummins for closing comments. Sir, please go ahead.
Thanks, everyone, for joining the call for our fiscal first quarter, and I look forward to speaking with you in January.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's conference call. Thank you very much for your participation. You may now disconnect.
Let's go, chat. Let's go, chat. I think there's a lot of people in here who killed it. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Chat. Appreciate you guys being here. Hit that like and subscribe button. Join the membership. It's $1 a month. If you want to support this stream. This is one of the only live streams that streams stock earnings. So if you want to support this stream, $1 a month for the membership. But either way, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you subscribe. Join the membership if you want to support the channel. But looks good. Looks good, bro. Looks pretty good. Hopefully some of you guys crushed it. What other stocks do I follow? I follow all stocks. Every stock. I follow thousands of stocks. You know, probably more like hundreds more closely, but I literally follow thousands of stocks. Hey, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully we see you again in another stock earnings stream. If you guys are interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe. We do these streams for every single stock earnings. Usually for the more hyped ones, you know, usually for the larger companies, but we do these for every company. So if you're interested in stock earnings, make sure you subscribe. But here, I don't know if there's anyone actually interested, but if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, you know, more, I'm going to put a link in the chat to join the membership. And for $1 a month, you can support this stream, and it helps. It helps so we can keep doing these stock earning streams. Keep spreading information, you know. This is literally one of the only YouTube chats, or literally one of the only YouTube streams that covers earnings. So, you know, if you're interested in that kind of thing. If you're interested. And I need 4 more likes for 500 though. Is there 4 people out there who haven't hit the like button? Can we get 500? Can we get 500 likes before you guys all leave? Two more likes for 500. Run it up. Run it up. Hey, there we go. Thank you, chat. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for being here. God bless you. God bless you. Hopefully we see you guys in here more. We do this live stream every single day, so hopefully we see more of you guys. Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you crushed it on Applied Digital. Hopefully you crushed it. Best stock live ever. Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you, Standard. Appreciate it, bro. Hopefully we see you in here again. What's up, Jesse? What's up? Hopefully some of you guys were able to crush on that earnings. See a lot of people in here that bought the stock for cheap, so congrats to you guys. Congrats to you guys. What's up, Jared? That was an interesting stream. I wasn't expecting Applied Digital to go up to be that hyped. I didn't know people were that excited for this. Crazy. Crazy how many people are in this stock. But I think it's I don't know, I think it's time. I think it's time to hit the dusty old trail, chat. I think it's time to hit the dusty old trail. I don't know. Unless there's something else we can talk about. I don't know. Is there anything else to talk about? Not really sure. Not really sure that there's anything else to talk about. So I think we just get out of here. Let's see, what's crypto at? 121. Not bad. Not bad. Any news? YouTube welcomes back permaban creators for second chance. Coffee company sues Liquid Death over coffee. It's not much going on. Not much going on. Anything? Levi Strauss raises prices, helping to boost profit and outlook. U.S. buys Argentine pesos? What is that? That's weird. Argentine. Alright. I'm out of here, guys. I appreciate you supporting the stream. Have a good rest of your day. When's my next earnings stream? Good question. Good question. Let's see. You don't have any earnings on Friday. You got Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory on Monday, but I don't know how exciting that'll be. I don't know if anyone is interested in that. You got a bunch of bank earnings on Tuesday. Doesn't look like you have many after hours, though. Looks like everything's pre-market on Tuesday. So you got banks on Tuesday, but that's pre-market. You got United Airlines on Wednesday, so we'll probably stream that. I'm sure people are interested in United Airlines potentially. All your banks are in the morning, so I don't know if we're really going to be streaming those. I usually stream after hour earnings. I don't think really most people care about the morning. I don't think most people are awake, for one thing. But you got Interactive Brokers on Thursday, so you got some earnings next week. But Netflix starts on the 21st, so you're going to get a lot of big earnings coming up here in the next couple weeks, but we just got to get through the next week with the banks and a couple other things. But yeah, it should be a big month for earnings, that's for sure. A big next, November should be pretty decent for earnings as well. But either way, I appreciate you guys supporting the stream. Thank you. God bless you. And hopefully we see you guys again. Much love to all the OGs who support the stream every single day. We've been doing this live stream every single day for the past year, so, thank you to the people who are always here and have been always here. If you're new, thank you for checking out the stream. Thanks for giving it a chance. I appreciate you guys. And hopefully we see some of you guys again. Anything else? I don't know. Is there anything else? I don't know if there's anything else. Either way, I'll see you guys soon. God bless you. Peace!